Hello everybody, my name is Wade Bradford. Today I'm talking about a journal activity that explores the differences between subjective writing and objective writing. Sounds boring, but we're going to try to make it interesting. And when I say journal activity, that means that you are going to write something, and if you like it, you can share it with other people, but you can just write it, in an actual journal or type it up, or maybe you're just brainstorming it. We want to do writing activities that we can feel free to screw up, to mess up, to write something that is maybe not good. A lot of times, early on in a writer's young career, they hold themselves back. They feel like whatever they write must be perfect. And that is certainly not the case. We want to go through lots of drafts. We're never going to be perfect. We might be excellent. And I think to become an excellent writer, or at least to become a better writer, you just need to give yourself permission to write what's on your mind. So that said, today's very first journal activity for this online video series about writing for the college level is about subjective writing versus objective writing. So what do I mean by subjective writing? Well, subjective details or subjective writing, that's any detail that is personalized, offers a personal point of view, offers opinion, offers commentary, offers judgment or criticism. Think of subjective writing as biased writing. Now, you could argue that all writing is biased, but subjective writing just puts it out there. Subjective writing is opinion-based writing. It can be creative, right? So if you read a poem, that's going to be subjective writing. If you read a scary story by Stephen King, that's going to be subjective writing. But also, if you read, whoa, we got the wind. If you break into somebody's diary, you're reading subjective writing. Subjective writing can also be found in editorial writing. So a lot of newspapers and magazines, if they decide that they're going to offer not just the facts, but commentary or opinion about those facts, that part is going to be subjective as well. One of the fun things then about subjective writing is that since it's from your own personal point of view, you get to celebrate yourself and celebrate your ideas, and a fun way to do that is to add what we call imagery. Imagery is a type of descriptive writing that uses any of the senses. So if you write about what something looks like, that is imagery. But also if you write about what something sounds like, smells like, feels like, or tastes like, that is all imagery writing. Another great way to use this kind of creative style of subjective writing is to make creative comparisons. So using a metaphor or a simile is a wonderfully subjective way of comparing something to something else. Shakespeare says, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?" So he's asking this question, should I compare you to a summer's day? And he goes into the sort of creative and descriptive reasons as to why he should or should not compare that person to a summer's day. So if I'm describing the wind out here, I might use a little bit of subjective detail. I might say, this is a gentle breeze. And the word gentle that's a matter of opinion. I could say, it's rough and windy and there's a mighty storm about to take place. So those words like rough and mighty, those again are opinion-based words. So here's the first step. There's two journal parts to this. I'm giving you the first part in this video. So focusing on subjective detail, I want you to close your eyes if you need to do so. Imagine a person you know very well. You know this person personally, and maybe you have a strong emotional connection with this person. Try to choose somebody that there's a strong emotional connection. That emotional connection could be very positive. You love this person. You love spending time with this person. This person makes you smile, makes you laugh. They brighten your day. This could be a family member, a coworker, a best friend, a long-lost love, whatever it is. It's very positive. Or choose the negative, if you get more energy out of that. Choose a person that you can't stand. You hate this person. You just, oh man, maybe it's a coworker you can't stand being around, or maybe it's a neighbor that you bump into every once in a while and you can't stand it. Or I like focusing on the positive, but everybody's different, so I like giving options to my writers. So positive or negative, you can close your eyes and you can visualize this person. So now The next step is to, in your journal, and this could be something that you're doing by hand, could be something that you're writing on your phone or tablet or computer device, whatever, but I want you to write at least a few sentences, aim for at least 4 sentences, we'll say. Write at least 4 sentences, if not more, describing this person subjectively. So remember the imagery, the sight, sound, touch, taste, feel, smell, all of those can apply. You might think like taste, I'm not a cannibal, I don't want to eat this person. Well, but if you're describing, say, your grandmother, you might describe the smell of her kitchen while she's baking cookies and the taste of the chocolate chip cookie as you're biting into it. So all those things are details connected to this person that you admire or that you loathe. So subjective details, imagery, description, feel free to throw in some metaphoric language describing this person in a very subjective way. All right? I would say take 5 to 10 minutes to do this in your journal. The next step, after you do that, is to write objectively. Objectively, or objective details in writing, means that you stick to the facts. You are very clinical, very scientific. You are offering no opinion, only the facts. So I would not use words like a gentle breeze or a rough and mighty wind to describe the weather. I might talk about the winds, the knots, the miles per hour of the wind. I might scientifically explain or measure the wind, but I'm not going to describe the wind offering any opinion. These trees behind me, I personally think that they're wonderfully green and beautiful, but I'm not going to do that if I'm writing objectively. I might be able to identify the scientific names if I do some research, but I'm not going to offer opinion if I'm writing objectively. So after you journal describing a person using as much subjective language as you wish, pour on the imagery is what I request out of you, then the next thing for you to do is to write at least 4, if not more, new sentences describing that same person that you have a very emotional connection with, but describe them in an objective way. Describe them as best you can without any opinion. No opinion, just stick to the facts trying to describe that person. Again, that means that you're not going to say anything flowery about them, and you're not even going to say something like the person is tall or short or fat or thin. Those are all relative. Those are all opinion-based words. So you could say, oh, this person stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall. That would be objective enough. There you go. You've got your prompts for the 2 journal entries. Journal entry number 1 is to write subjectively about a person that you know well, that you have a strong emotional connection with. Step number 2 is to write about that same person using objective language. All right, so again, this is a journal entry, so have fun. If you like it, you can share it down below. You can leave comments in the discussion, but it's really just for you to practice coming up with details and also to discover more about your writerly self. Are you the type of person that loves subjective details, or do you prefer just to stick to the facts? So, go out and write, discover, feel free to leave a comment if you want to share, and I will talk to you very soon.